last time. And the veto almost completely changed up, actually, with the nuke coming in as well from Heroic. So both teams trying to mix it up with the picks. We'll see what the case may be. As the series pans out, touchdown flash. Quick find for Siren. He has kept it bay in towards middle. If he gets one from here, it would be good, but he doesn't. X-Floud dealt with. That bomb goes down. Even keel right now, 3-on-3. These smokes can start dissipating, though, and could swing in just a moment's notice. Is Zorte on that P250. Set up for a couple. Couldn't quite get it done. They do have one flash available here. Boom!
Aren't at the moment. They're, with where they're currently at, they're more or less all but confirmed that they'll be making it.
X-Cloud. Also good for one once again. Very similar to the pistol. Although boosted up. So we're looking at a really similar setup here. Funky in a sense from Heroic, but hoping that that might be the thing that catches them off. Crizzen in quick. Deletes one. That's going to drop the bomb as well, hitting the deck, and he finds the next. I thought he might. Really comfortable position for Crizzen. Smoke trying to work with his teammate. Question here. They are really winding that clock down, though. We'll roll in towards CTs. They're very heavily going to have to deal with this donut player. It's a contact flash to try and deal with him, but not before he found two, and Crizzen just wildly spraying through. Gets two of his own. Flammus finds him.
8-1 for the IGL. Nilo for two.
More sense as Heroic have played it, potentially picked into it as well against BetBoom in the past. So, you know, maybe wanting to lean into that a little bit more. But yeah, the Ancient comes through as, for me, slightly riskier. Slightly riskier indeed. A lot of shots ringing off here. Oh, and just running out of the ammo. I felt good about Susp there, holding the line, but he's not able to do so. Still, 3-on-3. We're only about 30 seconds into the round. It's been so chaotic already.
Just checking. Actually, I'll come back to my point in a second. There's maybe a little bit of a round to be had here. I was going to talk about VRS implications of this game, but we can come back to that at the end of the round, especially considering that it looks like it might be favorably for Heroic, and if that's the case, well, BetBoom are going to be pretty strapped for cash. Magnajez, get your gun out. There's a fight to be had here, and even despite his shadow betraying him, he ends up winning out. I look tempted to go back towards A, but it's a fake. It's a ruse. X-Flower is here. In towards Cave. 30 seconds for him. Nilo rotating back over as well. They've not committed the bomb, but now they will. As it crosses in. Nilo's close enough that he can probably deny, but Siren going to find such an important kill. They've just got to deny the plant.
Whose ceiling we've seen for about a month there, really impressed, but beyond that, I just don't know that they have that same capability of winning the unlikely rounds. Do they have a player in there that lets them do that? Even with an Alcarin in the situation, is he going to be the player to do that? I'm not quite sold. Crizzen will catch Boomich, getting cheeky though, playing around that smoke.
Nice work. Captain, fantastic. He's running out of ammo, so he was tapping away. Open for the best. Well, not amount too much. And youngster CF Zorta. Leaving a Siren all alone. It kind of feels like winner of this game locks the major, is essentially the vibes we're getting. And it's X-Foul. He's got something to say about it. Two for him. Swinging from
the manager or the coach over there said that, like, talking about the major's been banned for like 3 months or something.
Good. And you know as well, they also still have a chance. They're playing a CIS LAN, which ends. It's like a 3-day LAN or whatever, and
I think they're playing online as well.
Yeah, they're playing in the Astana quals. They're in the grand final of it. Winner qualifies, of course, to PGL Astana. And currently, they're actually 2-0 up and about to be maybe actually 3-0 in that best of 5. So I think they're just on the cusp of qualifying, which that's huge. I mean, I guess Magic, who are no joke of a team either.
Yeah. One plant's been cancelled here.
Ooh, it puts them up one spot. It puts them up into the top 24. Odds still favour BB. I'm pretty surprised.
Again, it's same as the G2 situation. It's a little bit early.
Yeah. Heroic are about to be 7-2. Most likely. Most likely.
The odds know. The odds always know, guys. Never forget that. There's always a chance. The bomb plant does get cancelled. 35 seconds, but they both recovered weapons here. Just comes down to finding the bomb plant that is the real issue. Magniez tries and fails. Flamus going to do the same.
Fantastic. Nade over. It's a small bit of chip damage. Flash avoided by Zorta. He obviously knows there's one pinned in here. Sus basically traps in towards Cubby, and that smoke, I don't think it's as good as Sus maybe thinks it potentially is. Nilo will open up proceedings. This is a big round for...
Potentially something to be expected. The nuke's a little hit or miss given their history together. It's a good map for both teams. So maybe they still feel confident on that, but Heroic really looking good here. Xcloud with another fine. There's trades coming in, and the bomb site itself does fall to weakness. That should have been one. Flamus just doesn't know what's happening, though. There is a fault at Valve's end at the very least, you know, to...
Yeah. This is my thing. This is what I say. Every single time something like this happens, I say, you know, don't, you know, basically don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Like, blame...
Yeah,
this is just Valve's fault. This, at times, just the non-perfect system. We're diving out towards A here. It's actually worked quite well. Numbers advantage in a post plant. They'll come over. Only a little bit of damage towards the scouts. Any more weapons to scoop up? Oh, Chris and his spam with the smoke will find the scout.
Oh. It's a little embarrassing as Flamus just can't hit the shot that he needed. Boomich comes in from behind to make life difficult. It's still not going to be easy here. They've got to deal with Siren on this M4, and they do just about. But Boomich is close enough to the action. Could definitely stop them. He gets a dink. That softens them all up. Just really hoping they're not...
Mistakes that the T-side are making just deserve that they're taking this map at the moment, because I'm just not convinced. Like, the 2 rounds they've got, one was fairly solid, the other a little scrappy, and everything else out there has been pretty ugly. Youngster opens things up. A push down ramp, maybe overzealous there from Sus, to be fair. That now around him has put pressure on the others. Back into a 3 versus 3. There's residual damage on towards Flamus, Zorta, and Boomich, but same can be said for Nilo and Krisen. Oh, Youngster.
From Youngster. Flamus looking to trade him. Cannot. He honestly has come smoke coming in as well. Going to try and wrap towards A. Again, it is a scary setup to try and cut through here. The bomb goes off on its own. He will be taken down. Siren's Julie's on high. I think they now begin to understand what is going on. Nilo for one, but that's all that happens. Chris
flashes 2-4 back on. And there's 2 players here to meet them from BetBoom. So you'd assume it should be pretty simple. Boomish holds for the boost. Simple as they're going to line up. It's easy work. Siren taps away. With that FAMAS, the bomb uses a fake flash there as well. Don't see that every day.
How does it kick off, though, is the big question. Magnajez trying to bait them in. Actually, the A1S giving itself away as well. So an aggressive stance in the cave is revealed. Sometimes it is that, come catch me while I'm reloading, but actually, there's 2 of us here. Deep position for Xcloud. This could be big.
Waiting game. It's about who peeks who first on this sort of angle. Zorta. His shadow betrays him. Xcloud had enough to work with. He's util out. How does he get away with a second? Numbers now favor Heroic. Boomich needed to line up a couple. Only good for that 1-for-1. That's not good enough. It's a T-side. Still has the advantage, especially now in the post plant. And Youngster will double it down.
Magniez is the only one remaining then all of a sudden for the BB team. He's on a quick flank. There is a kit down in Donut. That feels a bit far away. He's now spotted out.
For this CT side, it's last residual part of those finances. Flash popped in. Magnus just overlooked and he'll swing in for 2. big from him. A trade of mollies in towards Donut. Siren needs to be careful. He was tempted by a reface. But a 5 versus 3, an incredibly difficult round to lose.
Yeah, you would say so. Resmoke comes in towards the cave. Timing peaks here from both sides. They'll spot each other out, but no head. Rolls. Was the bomb, actually? They don't really seem keen to move on the BB side. So what is the game plan here? They feel confident in their 3-man hold on the B-bomb site, and maybe even half an eye on towards middle. Magniez falls early, but Boomic had pushed in with a great timing to drop that bomb. That'll now call on the rest of the rotations here, of course. And just down to 1 man. Sus against 4. Double spray downs 2. Surely just not got enough.
Reliance on Sus. Exile's got a Galil, to be fair. Because he had enough money. Galil with 2K. And they overlooked that he snuck on by. Opens up proceedings. There was a chance in a second there, but he can't quite find it. Zorta will find one just on that smoke break.
Susp goes down as the bomb plant is successful. Youngster
Pushing 20 and 10 at the moment. And we've time and time again spoke about him being one of these better fragging IGLs that we had coming through the tier 2 system. And there it is again. Susp caught by Siren. It's a freebie for him.
Pretty good start into what could become a key round here. Do be sure to check out that banner down below. Not only do we have the code ranked going on stake, and Vitality also giving away 5 beastly PCs, so make sure you check in amongst that. Big giveaways going on. A lot happening in the stake ranked episode 1. We also got our episode 2 announced and advertised, so a lot of Counter-Strike within the sort of 1.5 kind of bracket. Good prize pools going on here. So a really, really good initiative, I think, from the guys over at Stake and Star Ladder and everybody else involved.
Opening couple. Not a lot of time left for the CT, well, for the T side. The CT side, BetBoom in a fantastic spot. Zorta's holding in towards Donut. Siren can hold from range. Double check in between the 2 angles, and Zorta does well. Ollie will force a fight from him, which will lose his life. But Boomic.
First thought, Boomic with a spot. That's the bomb as well. Well played from him. Super disciplined. Doesn't even take the reface. Smoke goes down. Rolls back. It's Zorte who is slightly overzealous, to say the least. Goes down to the fire without finding a kill.
Smoke. Head spotted. Back just could be a second here as well for him. He needs to get a reload off. Oh, he's doing well. Standing tall in towards Red Room is no easy feat. So I'm going to reclaim that space. 50 seconds for what was 3 Tech-9s. Now, of course, like a little recovered, but not really expecting a lot out of this. Should be an 8th for the CT side, and in doing so, that's absolutely reaching distance. They're moving back in the direction of Flammers. He's not had that much to do, but now can very simply shut them down. 1, 2, and he runs out of ammo for the 3rd as well. Heartbreak.
Nilo.
These are reloads.
Try and... Yeah, I was going to say, when are you going to reload? Going to try and make an attempt.
Moments in the last few.
A lot of tension in this round. I think you can feel Heroic take the time out. And absolutely need to get this one on the line. Well placed with the Molotov and the flash. See off Magniez as he goes pushing in. Zorte on the AWP. Just gets the very edge of that player. Meanwhile, Flamus with the contact down ramp. It's been a popular move. He gets one, but he's traded. It's not over just yet, and the bomb may be spotted moving out, but in a position of could go back to B. So, you know, still left guessing. Still some control of the B bomb site as well. Comes round for that T side. Sorte on the spam attempt. X-Cloud will give his life to plant the bomb. Now man advantage for the CT side. The patient play seems to have paid off. Suddenly stem the flow, stem the tide of that aggression. And now able to re-aggress once all the utilities come out, once they're slightly out of position. Really quite clever, and it's worked very well for Heroic. A later round burst against the mid-round movers. Like just to give them their 12th.
So patient. Yeah, like you said, ends up paying off. The last two, Boomich and Siren, can't expect much from them here, to be honest. They can afford to give it a look because they've got the econ to fall back on. And that's the AWP, but Susp, sharp on the trade. Last man swung up by. At the finish line, just one more hurdle for Heroic. He's got an AWP. Magnajez is getting very active here. Taking a lot of damage to the volley. And the spam by Christian is excellent. He's going to get 2 to kickstart what potentially could be the final round of play.
Siren trades back, but I mean, what a read as well. Coming in again, they just set up this time for the heavier aggression. So BB obviously using a lot of space over towards the ramp, towards B. And these past couple rounds, Heroic have read that one way or another and able to play around the B bomb site themselves, or rather, you know, B lane, the extremity control of B that is so important on this map. Sorte does find one, he's spotted out, he's tagged down slightly. Trying to isolate this player here, and he does just that with a Molotov to take him down. And Heroic to see it over a huge steal.
For this Heroic side, we got just a little bit of util. Molly and a smoke, and Siren up close. You had a fantastic game, Siren. And it starts off similarly. 1-for-1 trades, they're moving towards the A side, but the overwhelmed Boomage. And now this is where the Molly and the smoke comes in a big way.
Or is it Flamus?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Fair play to him. Should be a freebie of a second. Should. That's the operative word, but I don't think they get more than, what, a couple of kills at the very most. Only got one. Shot Magnajez there. Taking pop shots at range, but the rifle's having a bit of a field day. If you keep testing Sorta, keep coming up with these. They know where both of the last two players are as well. So Christian's seen off.
Similar approach here, I suppose, based on what Stico said and found out. And obviously observed with the way that this one went on map number 1. Nilo to find Magnajez the first space. They're quick down secret. It will be heard, but they're just trying to mess things up ever so slightly. Ready for the vent player, and Susp pops out, having hidden himself in that corner. 5-on-3 straight out of the gate here. Flam is posted up on the site. Still one in garage. CTs are all over the place. Siren trying to get aggressive. And it really is just all over at the moment. Flam is doing well. Siren finds his upstairs, by the way. So 5-on-3 turns 2-on-2. They will get the bomb plant, but a really good chance here for BB to get back in.
That's it. 2 versus 2, yeah. It's just really the fact that Siren had the kit, and that's the thing I was just about to say. The fact that the kit's on the one guy who's low, who looks like he might be about to be checked, and he is. And now there's nothing really Zorta can do, surely. There's too many angles, too little time. And he gets caught. They're going to give it. Capitalize upon it. And that time they do. Zorta will open the proceedings here.
Really nice find from him, and definitely needed in the potential BB answer back. Now they just don't know how to handle it. Gonna look for some ramp control here, and you know what? They're getting away with quite a lot. Heaven is a really valid option, I think. You just put a bit of pressure, towards the front end of the site. I could see them sending at least one player towards Heaven, but they're not going to try it. Not going to go for the fight over there, fearing a man outside that might be watching for them, and of course there's half an eye on it for the rest of the CT side. Straight out the hut and straight into Siren's crosshair. Easy two-piece for him. He will be traded out. They've got some decent, like, utility-based control, but just no kills really to work with. Youngster the only one left. And that would have been nice if only his teammates had brought things down to more of a 3 versus 3, more of a doable.
Just save and buy fully in towards the next. The choice to force buy here is Rogue. Let's see if it pays off. Zorto opens the proceedings as Nilo will fall. Young Sus are being tagged as well. Sus, 1 for 1, but that's not good enough. They've tried to dive down towards this B side, and they're putting pressure on, to be fair. It's 2 versus 2.
Yeah, getting a bit weird down here, isn't it? Still got a few more to deal with, however. And Crizzen gets just uncomfortable around that smoke. He's going to have information xCloud on these final 2 players. The Mac 10 at range, giving the AWP a run for its money. Trying to fake things out here as though he's going up the vent. But they have the bomb, of course. Smoke going to dissipate at control. They re-smoke into double. Maybe just holding on a little here. Quite quiet from Heroic, despite the lower buy. Oh, wow, Siren quick round the corner. Just a master of this silo, to be honest with you. He's getting himself in perfect positions, multi-spray downs in some of the rounds. But he's done enough work into this one, you would say. xCloud does not check his corners. Why would you? A very uncommon angle from Flamus, I suppose. They obviously knew about him. We're very, very ready. Milo and Crizzen, the only 2 that remain here. Just looking to try and take a gun away if they can. But the T-side campaign continues looking tough. I know it's a lower buy, less likely, but even this feels a bit disjointed. Wait until he sees some feet, though, I think, before throwing that nade in. Which, at the minute, I think the way their peaks are working out is just not going to happen.
They're peeking, like, against each other. Like, they're perfectly countering each other somehow.
Yeah. Completely syncopated against each other. Pretty interesting, but maybe comes back a little later on. I'm trying to see. He has released that nade, I think, so yeah, certainly looks like it made its way towards Susp in the end, as he's taken quite a lot of damage. Could have been off with a bullet or 2. Crizzen to open us up here. 35 seconds or so to get this bomb down, and it has managed to find its way downstairs, in fact. But now back up. They look set to hit the A bomb site. Testing Siren again, but this time passing with flying.
Find a gap, or could be in trouble. It is. That's a pretty big thing to lose.
Indeed. Trying to make sure that's the case. The odds in their favor for this one, as their proficiency on the map starting to show, and of course a chunky lead to work with that still is in place. Zorte, aggressive stance. He wasn't quite ready, but he's still able to get it done. The AWP just too much to get through. Heroic have tried picking up the pace in this one. The setup is brilliant, but it is that AWP side start here. So stick with us, stick with that, and we should absolutely be able.
Zorte. Oh, that re-smoke will deny the angle that he was holding. There was a bit of a gap on it. Break on the smoke. Might be positive for him, and it is. xCloud with that break on the smoke. Caught open Youngster. Thank God he double-checked. Languages nearly has him dead to rights.
Zorte does find one. He gets traded out. Youngster maybe with some space here. God, this is a mess. However, Nilo is able to thread his way in and bring us down to a 2 versus 1. Really was looking like an unbeatable situation for just a brief moment.
Yeah.
But then you see what happens. You see the lack of control that BB actually had of the round and had of proceedings. All this chaos, it could hand itself. 2 Flamus in the clutch. And there is a late move coming in behind him as Nilo is looking to move towards Heaven. But they're both playing pretty far away from the bomb. And now with Nilo in at Heaven, I don't think you win this one.
No, this is done.
Hardly any time left.
Oh,
He could have done it, you know, a bit more pace on him. I think he definitely has the individuality here. 11 and 2 with that kill, but just a misread of the positions.
make it 12.
The final
Back
one.
underway. Just Crizzen who's wielding a lesser weapon. Second half for him, he's 1 and 8 to start. Susp 2 and 8. So both are not finding their form so far on this T side.
Quick trades. Youngster trying to find an angle, and he does have the right read that there's a player on the other side of this smoke. Yeah, really trying to get his teammates in. Oh, man. Still manages to find a kill, though, does Magniez, and Flamus helping out while all this distraction is going on. 3 on 2. Still with the AWP in play, and a recoverable bomb. Just got to watch how they decide to play this one now. The A-bomb side itself feels in a weird position. Flamus has picked up the pace to try and help out. Could walk into the AWP here, and he does. An overface for a confident player. Certainly could cost them here, now down to the 2 on 2.
Hot player. Molly will deny that, so Siren can't do anything about it. They've dove in towards the A site. They've done really well. The Mollies have gone into the 2 perfect spots. Hot and Heaven. X-Cloud up close with the AWP barrel. Spotted and a no-scope or hit. I mean, there's no no-scope icon, but that was as good as. Tap on towards the bomb. It's a stick by the...
In Youngstar. As, I don't know. Youngster's still looking pretty good for me. You know, Alcarin off with the wings. Quite a lot of work to get him into this team, and do they need him? You know? It does depend. It does depend. Double, make it triple opener now. Make it quadruple opener coming in for BB. What the hell's happened?
It's just about okay. It's just about enough. I'm still not super convinced, but the chance of them getting a 5th here feels very, very small, considering the best weapon they've got being a Galil. Util being very slim indeed. A smoke towards trophy room to try and slow them down. Flamus is here. Beacon off the flash. 2 for him. Make that 3. Flamus is a monster. Shuts down the B-pop to close out the half. And the last man of Crizzen should be dead to rights in a second. He will catch Magnajes though as he's dropping an aid, but a 1v5 surely impossible. It's the standing of Flamus. What a half he's had. 18 and 3. Absolutely ridiculous. He's technically on for the ace. The question is, will he check it? Oh my God, he might.
Just save themselves the embarrassment. Youngster looking good at the back. Like this. He's still just feeling so damn confident. Close, but not quite. Shadow spotted. Kill found. Flamus goes down. Deagle recovered, but, you know, that's kind of the scary member taken. And they should be all good from here. Crizzen's patience pays off. Just boom, it remains.
He's open for something. He hasn't spotted them, but he's heard them running across.
Hilo stands strong for 2. Big finds. Really, really big finds from here.
45 seconds. What is the play? He bombs on the back of Flamus, and it had gone down to Secret, but it's not committed. The issue is that X-Cloud actually could catch a couple in transition. He gets the 1 and spots the bomb, who he dies to. It's good information to have with time ticking. Sauce's position becomes strong. Has he not spotted him? How? He doesn't somehow, but thankfully stays alive, and he's now really going to be worried about this Heaven position. Siren's wrapping through. Time is ticking. Sus turns around at the worst possible time. And in doing so, Siren gets both him and Crizzen. Oh no, it's all on Youngster to deny here. And he probably can, but
So what are Heroic going to do? Maybe they're planning some aggression of their own. And it looks like it in the mid-round here. Contact ramp. Oh, Crizzen to get 1, dealt with. Susp goes down, though, is the key thing. Oh, they have stopped watching Ram, but that is an early jump from Nilo. I feel like it would have been a done deal. The Molotov as well just forces them away. Tiny bit more patience from him, and you never know what he might have gotten away with. X-Cloud caught out in the open. And surely now with this round going south, could get something weird going. It's Nilo on that M4 that might look to flank all 5 down Secret. There's 4 players on the site itself, including this AWP, of course, which you feel is not going to be put under a lot of duress. Isn't. Yeah, with the boost up. Able to get 1, but confirms the location of a couple more. Youngster chimes in. USP. Tough. Maybe could have had a kill there, you might argue. Youngster going to go down. Needed 1 more out from him. Needed 1 more from the USP. So you just want to make sure that they net this 12th as early as possible. You can feel that again. Massive tension in this round, and the slow build-up that they have been going for, but a lot of space taken outside. A look to crunch back towards A. Crizzen reveals himself, but also distracted. He has to be careful. They're walking out on him, I believe, and surely just goes down. He gets overwhelmed from the front, but they were after him in the side. And that's your best A defense, just absolutely toasted. So BB playing really, really well here.
Like for this side, they've been ever so slightly just, you know, kind of fearful. They doesn't go deep enough, just big enough to fight on the way out here. Flash over, nice trade from Flammers. He wants more, and well, you can't blame him. 26 and 7.
Just obviously going to put them in such a good spot. Moving forwards. Heroic. Take their eye off the ball. 2-0 series was most certainly on the cards here. They've not delivered in the best fashion. They do have some energy to them in this round, though, with some coordinated aggression to net the first kill.
Oh.
Still sticking around here, aren't they? Looking. Even Flammus comes out of his kind of hidey hole at T-spawn there. They just want to try and take a gun away. Heroic, though, to their credit, not much presence, not really trying to...
Just not seen at all from their map pick. Nice saying that comes through. That should deal some fair damage, and it does, but it's Siren. Magna just kills a piece. Nilo spotted, and Siren... Another kill from him. He had a fantastic map number 1, and here he is coming alive again. Will they clear Crizzen? He has the first hit to right and the second too. And at the same time, Susp found a kill of his own, but it's still a 1 versus 2 for Susp. Bomb goes down towards this B site, so he's at the right place at the right time, and they'll still lose their run at the moment with the stand-ins has been huge, hasn't it? They just continue to defy a lot of the odds, but Textile to open up proceedings. Hang on, is Susp fully out of ammo? I just heard a click there, and I swear I saw that it wasn't another magazine. It can't have happened. Surely not. Who cares? Anyway, Youngster going to find one, but only briefly. Flammers will answer back. Down goes Crizzen. Susp will also fall as well. It's all on the dualies of Nilo. Now into the 1 versus 2
tunnels. You might see some action with the mid control being attempted, but for just a moment. Maybe BetBoom are going to end up there, but now they're looking towards short. So guessing game begins for that CT side.
Packages. Nice open up by him. "45 seconds. Contacting through mid doors. There's 3 in the direction of B. The way they're set up, especially with no long presence, this looks like they do want to head towards B. With this little time on the clock, this could still be a little bit peculiar, but they're in the open, so it's too easy for Flammers and Siren, who gets 2 for it. Scout of Crizzen, and even that might be a loose term as well. There's a potential that he gets hunted late in towards the round, and he'll get 1 consolation. Nice shot from him. Corner. Bodies behind this smoke because they spam it. You assume this should be a freebie, surely, but it's to be really peculiar. But they're giving them fights. Crizzen first of all, a little bit funky as Nilo will get 1 of his own as well. Flammers, what a shot from him.
Bomb goes down. X-Cloud and Youngster still around here, just hoping to grab an exit or 2 if they do come their way again, though. BB have a way out, nice and safe towards long. Flammus going in for a bit more, feeling himself here.
How far actually can this side go with this standing predicament and all the rest? So you feel like, generally speaking, you know, not having Dillaires, not having Art Frost would actually have a fair knock-on effect, but as well, there's, you know, definitely questions to be made about, like, if this side qual to the major, especially if they make a run through this lower bracket and go deep into towards the tournament, like make their way towards a final, for example. I think maybe it was Flamus who got interviewed and asked about it, and he got asked, like, and they said, like, we don't know who will play the major yet. Because Flamus has been fantastic. I think Zorz has had some really nice moments too.
Yeah, I might argue a lot of that is just from being like freed up and, you know, not having the chains put on them, which obviously they're going to need to do that in some of the bigger games.
But you look at the last like 3 tournaments they've played, right? 3rd place at Roman Imperium Cup 5, 3rd place at BC Game, and then recently at Roman Imperium Cup 7, they won it, right? And then if they end up like going top 3 here. For the cross, Nate behind it, but as Eastside haven't decided to progress just yet. Now they come, break on that smoke as well. There's a fairly sizable gap, but it actually works favorably for the T-side. Daughter, Magnatus, Siren all finding kills apiece. And Youngster was looking for a gap to work with as well, but he just couldn't quite find it. And doing so, they've already called in for that save. Another round for BetBoom, up to 4 now.
Yeah, and a great response comes instantly, and this is another issue that Heroic, I think, just had kind of towards the tail end of Ancient as well. They just had such a good run around. Maybe we can argue that they've had like one deservedly winnable half.
Yeah.
All the rest of it has been, you know, battling and battling. And obviously they just didn't have that buffer of rounds on the last map, but this would happen a lot. Get around, and we've got something available to stop them stringing them together. And indeed, it seems to be happening here again. Youngster surely goes down. He does indeed.
At the moment. So little to offer up. Really, really concerning. No surprises. Flamus again will open up proceedings. 6-3 for him. 2 kickstart. 6-2 for Zorta. 6-1 for Magnagez. Lovely life. It's BetBoom sad I haven't. Of course, it is just that low to half buy. But you like to still make it a bit expensive. A couple of consolation kills. Just keep your opponent on their toes a little bit, but it's been anything but. Milo's making a move. He will get 2. Sharp shot to the Deagle. That's guns to be scooped up.
Workable, but it's an A-bomb site that gets lost is, of course, the key thing. And it's going to be tough here. They have a smoke and a flash, and that is it to work with on the CT side. Smoke's already gone out. Ooh. If you're missing opportunities like that, though, you don't deserve to be winning the round. No. And Siren takes a slip. God almighty, they have made a meal of this. Glock is out. Form.
Stealing away around like that could change the tides a bit. The flash is fantastic. Flamus should have the first dead to right, but he can't. Snelo and Crescent, he locked down long really well.
Yeah, keen bounce back here from Heroic. It seems just a massive round gifted to them in the previous, and they are looking to be very thankful, I think, for the divine intervention that they might get from a man called Nilo in particular. Really trying to make sure that they turn it into a couple. Still presence for BetBoom. They do have that AWP and the AK in play here. What is the game plan? A lot of opportunities on short, maybe. Again, though, lacking that utility is going to make the big difference.
Nade. Does a lot of damage. My, oh my. Nilo, sport for choice, though. Doing so, that kind of drags the tension away. X-Filed or Fire and Boomich. Zorta and Siren have got to dig them out of a very difficult 2 versus 4. Well, there's the first, but it's just too many bodies to blame them, but I doubt it's in this round. Oh, that's unfortunate. The triple boost there, second time asking, will deliver.
Just looks good on high, as he will manage to get a good couple of kills there. Smoke comes out. They will look to try and push in. Decent headshot landed, a break of the smoke as well. Leaves it all on Zorte, and he actually opted to drag back a little bit rather than pushing in alongside his teammates. So 3 versus 3 that was maybe in a good spot goes down to a much less doable 1-on-3. Interesting.
Despite getting kills into course and towards that previous, it's a situation that's a little bit unfortunate for him. Or Youngster misses the chance to catch Magnajez on the cross in through top mid, but Nilo potentially out of the drop.
Oh my goodness, a mess here in towards middle. Nilo does net 1, but is it really going to be enough? As BBR back with a bit of a vengeance, picking up the pace towards long as well, as they calculate a lot of presence at middle there. Youngster caught, trying to boost up. They're just lacking so much info.
Just 7 and 5, 7 and 6 for Siren, 7 and 6 for Flammus. I mean, they just have so many different people who can step up and take over. And speaking of, there's one of them, Siren for 1. He just can't quite confirm the second. Exile's pretty fortunate, in all honesty, to get away from that alive.
No, for sure. But the whole round of general, the tactic just seems to be really changed up. Charging straight in, getting aggressive. And it's something that maybe Heroic have been like conditioned against. In this round, rather than standing and fighting, they will turn tail and go for a reaggress, go for a retake. So they look to regroup as a 4-man unit. 2 from CT, 2 from short. Can they make it in, of course, is going to be the big question. There's kits available, there's a couple smokes for them, there's some odd angles for BB. Siren hidden away, Magnajez, maybe the next line of defense here as he's looking to try and take a bit of a fight, but it's Siren who jumps first, and he gets away with absolute murder on the double kill. 2 versus 1, Youngster far from the action, hardly any time for him to work with. What is that shot?
In towards this match, may I say, that first map, like 10-2 first half, they're just loving life, and it's just been rough since then. That is brazen from Youngster, and he's caught quite easily by Magnajez, and Sorta will add one of his own. Down goes X-File through the smoke. The response from Sus, that's a gun to be picked up.
Yes, it's fine. Nilo to get another. Got to be careful. Flammer's hot on his heels. Gone into the tunnel.
It's just about knowing that they are head and shoulders above at the moment. Youngster will start well. It's Boomich who now has to call from the grave, but he's the lower end of the firepower, so not too bothered. That is a quick reaction of Magnajez. What a way for him to die.
He's trying to match his teammates on the other side, trying to draw their fire. It's not quite worked, but there's just too many numbers to get through here, of course. Zorte, quick, sharp flicks are not good enough. Spawning a couple more. Dangerous game he plays there, but he will back off eventually. Meanwhile, the Julies on a solo mission, only 1 for them. They were maybe expecting more of a B hit, so the A defenders got to try and put their best foot forward here. Lovely nade damage. Another head rolls as Boomich takes that short control. Really, really well found. 4 versus 3 feels pretty damn good. They're going to concede the bomb plant. They just are in such a strong position. Unless Mr. Nilo can keep shots like that coming.
Now, potentially, might be some life in this. Double swing on towards the long players. Only the slight bit of damage on towards Zorta. Boomich for 1. Chris and the Youngster combine well. It's all on this fight. Siren versus Krisen. And the latter, who struggled in the numbers department, tap on towards the bomb. He's trying to bait him in. Siren.
Heroic on this map, but that can kind of get the better of you if you're not careful. We've seen that a couple times actually in this tournament. It's like, yeah, they've already played, or yeah, they've had this map out quite a lot, and they just maybe take their foot off the gas. Big nade damage and a big head shot. That's a scary start for Heroic.
Kind of saw as well in between the rounds. Krisen was saying, I want to get out long. I want to make that sort of priority when doing so. He lost the numbers advantage. Krisen will level the playing field back, though, as Magna Jez falls. Flammus in behind here. It's Boom Mitchell 1. They're diving down, and it's a bloodbath in and around doors. Smoke will be dropped, and the decision to be made as well. They actually would have heard both. Neither needs to go and support Youngster, but they should realize they're both coming through tunnels, or that's what they will feel because of that smoke. Siren's making noise. I wonder if this draws attention away from, well, I was about to say Zorta, who then throws a nade.
Zorta with a nice one, brings it down to the one-on-one. Low HP here, low time. Lots of noise being made. It's just not money on the Mac-10, perhaps. They do creep out middle here. There's a lot of bodies over on that A side, of course. Just trying to keep things nice and simple here, Heroic. I think they definitely feel it after the previous, you know, an unexpected close round, nearly a lost round. Ollie comes in, forces the peak. Siren can't get anything done, and that'll be the round, really. And I think maybe, yeah, BetBoom look at this as the attention on A bit at mid, but really not giving the game away until they absolutely have to. It is going to be a B hit here. But just Siren, and they've got a player in a very good spot to cut off the rotations. So this feels pretty good for Heroic. Siren could go crazy, as is always possible, but there's that lurking player. He goes down. It is Siren to find two on top, though. He nearly gets a third with the USP in hand. And they should get the bomb plant here, but maybe Siren has given them a chance at the retake.
Yeah, he's absolutely given them life here, surely. He's just getting in towards this site is the only issue. They don't really have a lot of useful to work with is the real problem. That one smoke, which is now being thrown. Magna Jez had a chance to get the drop onto Krisen, but he re-swings in. And in doing so, I think that's... Smokes to the cross, lurk smoke as well. Molly behind him. Krisen's going to try and make a move, and he's just going to get spammed. There was a brief moment where he's on 1 HP, and it felt like he might just stay alive, but... be the case. Flammus on an orthodox angle, which does get spammed. And that might have been breaking that smoke, which is why he was spotted. And wow, what a shot from xCloud. Magna Jez could have a couple dead to right here, but can only get one. They're just sticking as a unit. It's Nilo who finds an important one. Boom Mitchell die, and in doing so, Siren, there's nothing he can do in this round, bar trying to stay alive, which he'll just about manage to, maybe only briefly. Yeah, I don't think he's getting out of this one alive, so I'm just going to be checking this.
He's doing all right. Wait a minute. Finds the kill. Fortunately, he's conceded fully. Might have been a path onto the site if things got really weird, but yeah, he has conceded here, looking to just battle his way out, and he does a good job at that. Onto the AK, Youngster low. Yeah, big style. Big style. And as we said, Heroic have got, you know, a lot of sample size to work off of. Just not a lot of that coordinated aggression, something we always look for on a CT side. Doesn't seem to be happening. Brick comes in, Krisen to eat the nade. They're going to go bursting towards B here. Always a risk. Siren at the back end, the perfect spot to hold on. They've got a lot of bodies around. Trade still coming back in from the T side, though. Krisen trying, got to be quick here, got to find this kill. He absolutely does. There's a flank on the way. Has he been heard? Has he been seen? Maybe with that Molotov coming in. They definitely know about him now. Boomich goes down to the fire. And it's Krisen versus Flammus. Flammus keeping it quiet. Krisen doesn't quite know where he is, but there's a smoke in the way.
The odds still favor Heroic, but it's not super one-sided.
I don't know. I'd say they're swinging pretty massively, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Potentially another round. Back in response could swing them even further. For Heroic, they've taken the B side. They've gone back to it.
No, that is true. That is very, very true. These rounds as well, just worth their weight in gold. Both sides. Flash comes over. Flammus. Down quick. Boomich. Unchecked. Flash is good for him as well. Able to net three. Yes, brilliant hold from Boomich. Absolutely needed. That is crazy. You feel the hard work's done.
Sorta. Nice shot. The Flamus's...
Ekov could just be a weird T-side save. I mean, the Econ's all over. The rounds are all over. Such a fantastic one for BetBoom to be finding. They're contacting up short here as well, and not really anyone to hold. Should be a 3-kill down below. Prison not ready for it at all. X-Cloud, maybe not quite able to net them, though. He was in a good spot, just doesn't work for him. Needed some support or even better timing. They try and...
It's the same for Heroic. Basically, whoever loses this, and it kind of feels like they're essentially guaranteed to major. The loser is in the same spot as soon as the Alliance, but they're essentially waiting on other results to go in their favor. So you can still make it even with a loss, but it's an uncomfortable way to make it because you're waiting to see how the other games go. Flamus first. 1 and 2 from him. Zorta for a double of his own.
Oh, and another molly coming in. That's actually maybe going to... imperfect smoke. It's still workable. But it's just one over there. They're actually going for a different idea. Meanwhile, Flamus looks to strike. He does get dealt with quickly. Has he spotted enough to make it happen? There's only 10 seconds left. There's 2 players on the B bomb side. It's just not happening. It's just not happening, bro. Like...
Ooh. He's under pressure.
Yeah, some missed shots. A lot of damage done, though. Lot of damage done. I think he may well have landed through the wall, actually. Either way, they move quickly towards short here to try and take us to the OT. Brute force is the name of the game, and that's all they need. 5 versus 3, and BetBoom feel like they've got enough to work with, and they will indeed. The bomb goes down, just to add insult to it.